I am training to run a sub 48 second 400, and this is my full week of training. We had a very dense week of training with acceleration work, lifting, speed training, and 2 different lactate sessions. The outdoor season starts next week, and we are putting in as much work as we can to be ready for it. We started out the week doing our first lactate session with 2 sets of 3 200-meter repeats. We completed the first in about 31 seconds, the second in about 28, and the third in about 25 seconds. The first 2 reps are quite slow, but they are only intended to pre-fatigue us before we try to run our final rep in closing 400-meter speed, which is why we only get 1 minute of rest between each.
Oh yeah! Alright, we're good.
Someone commented on one of my last videos that you can only produce lactate if you are running 200s between 24 and 26 seconds, and while I appreciate that they wanted to help out, it just simply isn't how your body works. Heck, I could run at 30-second 200 pace, and if I maintained 1 minute rests, I promise you lactate would start to build up in no time. If you don't believe me, just try this workout for yourself. It is brutal.
My legs feel super weird. It's like, it wasn't that hard, but I kept almost tripping. It just felt super strange.
After 7 minutes of rest, we started our second set of the same thing, which, as you can imagine, feels much worse than the first set.
Well, it's time. I'm dying.
What are we gonna do?
Run hard.
I was really falling apart by the end, but for the most part, each time I do this workout, I fall apart a little bit less, and I think with enough time, I may be able to run the whole workout at a pace I'm happy with.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Now we just have our 3 flush out 150s. Ready, set, go.
I talk about these all the time, but the purpose behind the 150s is to flush out our legs and help us feel rejuvenated and fresh after the workout, and they seriously work wonders.
3, 2, 1, go.
It almost feels impossible to run the first rep, but by the last rep, you start feeling like you could handle a whole nother workout if you had to.
Ready, set, go. Well, kind of a disappointing workout. Felt really rough. Felt worse than I was expecting. I don't know if my hydration was off or what. Hit most of the paces, just not the last rep. And body feels okay. Just off today. Maybe it's because I took 3 days off in a row. We were gonna have a lift, but everyone's cooked, so probably gonna move that until tomorrow. Could have been a lot worse, so I'm happy with it.
The next day, we came out for some max speed work in the form of 30-meter flies. Speed work is probably my favorite thing to do, and I was excited to get after it. I have talked about this a bit, but people still comment sometimes on us doing speed work the day after lactate work because it goes against the norm in training. Usually people would do a speed day followed by an endurance day of some type, whether that's lactate training or tempo work, followed by a day off, and then they repeat the cycle. However, after a weekend off, our athletes often don't perform particularly well on Mondays, and so the idea is that we can bust off the rust with lactate work on Mondays. I personally don't think this is the best style of training for me, but it seems necessary for the other members of the team, and it seems as though we will continue to do it for a while.
Calves are on fire, Zach.
Calves?
Calves. Down here.
Is that usual?
Pretty typical.
Put some fire on top of these.
Please. After you.
After you.
Okay.
I could tell as soon as I started running that I was a bit fatigued and not running my fastest, but that's okay. You can't always perform at your best.
My knee feels a little funny, but overall, that felt a lot better than I expected it to.
Also, you'll probably notice my right arm swinging super wide and straightening out back behind my body. I still haven't figured out the cause of that, so if anyone has any ideas, I'm all ears. It drives me nuts watching videos of me running and seeing my arm swing, but while I'm running, I don't even notice it.
I'm way off today. That was slow. Give me a kitchen.
I feel like it was cool.
Better be, otherwise you're gonna be fired.
I'm already fired.
You're gonna get fired again. Worse this time. You wanna race on the next one? I need someone to chase. Ready, set, go.
I tried to race my buddy Russell for some extra motivation, and at the end of the day, I think it was a pretty decent training session. We followed it with a lift.
I don't think my body loves doing this the day after the lactate stuff. Did you see that rep?
Kinda.
Did it look like I won?
I don't know.
Me neither.
For those of you who don't know, I write our team's lifts, and we were just now starting a new lifting cycle. I actually forgot to record the first exercise, which is the cornerstone of our lift, but I'll show it and explain it to you guys next week, so I'm really proud of what I came up with. We did do some explosive calf raises, lateral wicked hop plyometrics, some hip adductor work, some explosive upper body work with med balls, core work, and very reactive short wicked hops. Then we were back outside the next day for a true acceleration day, which is something it feels like we haven't been able to fit in a long time. There was a really strong headwind, which we used for slight resistance during our accelerations, and I really enjoyed how the workout felt.
Yeah! Oh, keep going! Oh!
Simon is not going to beat me in a 200 or 400 this year.
Or 400. Oh, wow. That one felt a lot better than the last one. I just realized I'm squeezing my jaw and like tensing everything while I run. I need to work on relaxing the upper body while still being aggressive. That one look okay?
Yeah, you look aggressive.
Okay.
You're being forceful.
My shoulders might have been a little bit tight, but I could feel my jaw jiggling that time, so at least I got one piece relaxed.
I didn't notice this the day of, but looking at it afterward, my drive phase seems noticeably longer and smoother the more I was able to relax my face and upper body.
I don't even know how that one felt. The face was still relaxed though, which is good. Remember to subscribe so Zach can make money.
Finally, we went out for our second lactate workout of the week. This one was going to be tough.
We have two broken fours today, they're split. It'll be a 300 and then 30 seconds rest and then 100. The 300 will be probably 36 to 38 seconds pace. The 100 will just be whatever we have left, and then a big break in between the two. Should be a fun day. Alrighty.
The first rep felt pretty solid. I felt smooth and powerful throughout. I think I might have relaxed a bit too much on the backstretch though. My strides got pretty slow and I ran a slower time than I was hoping for. Over the last 100, I felt pretty weak and tired, but powered through all the way to the line.
My heart rate won't slow down. It felt pretty good, but it's the fact we have to do a whole nother one. I can't even comprehend that right now.
Heart crazy?
It won't slow down.
I can see your chest freaking out.
Good grief. Yeah, it's slamming. Can you guys see that?
Then I started getting worried about my heart. It isn't easy to see on camera, but each heartbeat felt like someone was gently punching my chest.
I don't know if you can pick it up, but my chest is slamming so hard it's like bouncing the mic a little bit. It's skipping beats and stuff. Feels terrible.
I've had this happen before and it is very uncomfortable. We decided that I would only run the next 300 and drop the last 100, which ended up being smart because part of the way through the 300, my body started completely shutting me down, probably because my heart rate got too high. Overall, I'm pretty neutral on how this workout went. I wish that our first rep had been faster, but that seems like all we were capable of on the day of. I really wish my heart had felt better, and I'd like to get that problem sorted out as soon as possible. Our first outdoor meet is coming up next week, and I'm super excited to see how we all perform. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's been a heavy week. Had a lot to do this week. Zach is laying down on the ground recording me right now. Absolute legend. Subscribe so he can make money.